Well, hello there.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of the Tabletop Trio Podcast. I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Graham.
And today we have a great show for you. We have Dan Heckler from Heckler Hot Sauce is coming on with us today. First of all, Dan, thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thanks for the invite, man. This is great. I can tell already we're going to get along.
But we have Dan here. We're going to be talking all about hot sauces. The Olympics are on. Graham has many, many feelings about the Olympics.
Oh, very passionate. All the passion in the world.
I've also been obsessing about them and just some of the niche sports that like either Americans just suck at, like handball,
Yeah.
or just other sports in general that they just don't show.
I'm so excited for the Olympics to come to America because we're bringing handball and we're bringing cricket to the Olympics.
And lacrosse, too.
And lacrosse. And like, if you want to join the Olympics, you got to get on the handball team because we're not that good. Or the cricket team because it is a bunch of just like part-time cricket players.
I was gonna say, wasn't it like when we did the last thing
Yep.
right before?
They have to
There
take
were people.
PTO.
There were people that were like, I gotta call out this week because I need to go like over to like the other side of the world real quick.
Sorry, I got to take more
World
PTO.
Championship.
Yeah,
You know?
no big deal. Just world champion.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
We're in the finals. No big deal.
Yeah, right? But we got a whole lot of other fun stuff for you tonight. Plus, you can see the chart that Dan brought with him. We're going to be getting into that as well a little bit later on. But first, Dan, tell us about Heckler Hot Sauce. Where did you kind of get the idea to say, hey, I want to make hot sauce?
Well, first, Heckler name came from my last name. The idea to do it, I've always loved cooking. It's one of the, and like all natural foods. It's why as soon as I came in here, I just loved the setup. There's a ton of cookbooks, ton of different herbs grown and stuff like that. I've always just had the love of cooking, and it kind of started with the hot sauce during COVID. Had a few friends over during like everyone having their little COVID parties. Mm-hmm. I moved out of Port Richmond up to the Northeast Philadelphia, so I started a garden, and it was just the perfect mix. I had the garden, had people over, loved to cook, and just took some of the peppers from the garden, made them, and decided to make a hot sauce because we were having shrimp tacos. And I gave it to everyone, and they were like, "Oh, dude, this is amazing. You need to sell this." And it started from there, and then it expanded. I have 4 sauces now, and all different, and a great story behind most of them. Yeah.
I love that there has been so many of the hot sauce people that are like very similar stories. Like, it was just a hobby. It was a thing I liked. I gave it to someone, and they're like, "This is really good." And it's just over and over. It's been a very similar, which it's every time it's an amazing story. It's never just like, well, I wanted to be rich, so hot sauce. It's always been like,
money.
yeah. It's always been like, I really liked it, and then I made a thing, and everyone yelled at me to make it a thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely. I don't think there's too many of the small batch people that are killing it. I mean, I think it's still more of a hobby, and it's a passion for a lot of people, which it is for me. I mean, every weekend I'm doing farmers markets, and I'm kind of an introvert, but I could go and talk to people about hot sauce for hours, and it comes out natural. It's not even like talking. It's just it's fun. It's a shared passion amongst a lot of people.
That was the silver lining of COVID, really, was the fact that people could really dive into a hobby, because what else are you doing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was the best of times and the worst of times. So many people found so many things, and I think a ton of small businesses opened because of COVID, and people just like, I kind of like this thing, but I never had a ton of time to really dive into it. But now I do.
Yeah. But now it's going to be my entire personality.
Well, that's
Baking bread.
During COVID, when we got sent home to telework, I worked for the government, and me and my wife both, with no kids, no like anything. But by the time COVID was over, we had 2 kids, and I started a side business. So it was like
A lot of hobbies were getting done.
a lot has changed. Yeah, a lot was going on.
Very productive COVID.
We had fun. We did in multiple ways.
Amazing. So, what was your OG sauce? Which was the first? You said you have 4.
Yeah, this one was probably not this sauce. I was messing around with pineapple habanero because I love shrimp tacos. But the first one I actually fully made was the original, which is just a basic cayenne pepper, salt, and vinegar. I figured if you could kind of make a good just cayenne sauce, then I can make anything. The cayenne peppers were the hardest. Everything about it to make a good hot sauce was the hardest from the cayenne. The habaneros I originally tried making because I tried just getting peppers that I could find in local stores all year round. And then as it grew, I knew more about the industry. I started growing my own cayenne peppers and perfected a cayenne recipe. So, I mean, that was the first one that truly is fully the same recipe as it is right now.
Awesome. So, do you grow all of what you cook? Is it that small batch, or are you sourcing?
I started off doing that and fermenting all my own peppers and everything. And I recently did a deal with Acme to be in 220 stores where I couldn't possibly do it. It was. They came to me and they said, we want the hot sauce amongst all of our stores from Connecticut to Virginia. Wow. And I had about 2-3 months to make it happen. So it was not, there's no growing. Yeah, so I had to completely set it up. I had like the same co-packers and stuff as the hot ones, hot sauces. So that was just a whole process in itself, scaling from 1 or 2 farmers markets to, 5-6 states now. Yeah, wow. It was over a couple months.
A little bit of a just a tiny jump.
Tiny pick.
Yeah, a little bit. I
Not
jumped
much
in.
changed.
Yeah,
It's light work.
It was fun. It was honestly had like so much fun setting up that type of business. I worked for the Navy for 18 years, and it's kind of like we deal with Lockheed Martin, Sikorsky, all the big Fortune 500 businesses. So I really took a liking to starting my own business. And I mean, I wrote like a 10-page business plan, which is completely unnecessary for a hot sauce. Like no one is looking at this. No one even seen this. And it is like goes into paragraphs, like 1.1.1 of, and then like it's completely like thing that we use at like legal documentation for contracts for the government. I made my own for a hot sauce company. It's like completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
The one time you need it, though, it's going to be a benefit. Someone's going to look at this and be like, you know what? This guy's ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
This guy knows.
It's like having that one cable
I'm not
in the junk
reading
drawer.
10 pages.
Well, I mean, it has like, I'm thinking hopefully if once I get like more of a need for financing, that I'll be like, okay, I have this and blah, blah, blah. I can kind of just edit it and the meat of it's there. But yeah, we'll
Shark
see.
Tank next, you know?
Yeah, it's truly just a hobby that I am taking like kind of seriously and enjoy doing for every part of the business, from the growing to the selling to the business end of it. It's a complete hobby of mine.
I'm glad that Acme is also stepping their game up. Our ShopRite started carrying local hot sauce guys, and I was out in Pennsylvania with my buddy for Ion, and we didn't know what we were cooking for the weekend, and then it ended up we were making like tacos and stuff, and I was like, shit, I have like 800 sauces at my house, but I didn't bring any. We're at Wegmans. Let me just grab a couple hot sauces, and I'm like looking. I'm like, there's only one person I know. The rest of these are just like big brand, like crap hot sauces.
Red's hot.
Yeah, it was like that. I'm like, Wegmans, come on, you're supposed to be the good one. I'm glad Acme and ShopRite and all those guys are starting to catch up. Wegmans, get your shit together.
Well, I'm glad you said that too, because I have to really give a kudos to Acme, because I think in my batch of people that they brought on, it was, I think, 40 small businesses.
Oh wow, they
that's
really
fantastic.
awesome.
Yeah, really dove into the market.
Local small businesses that they brought in, and it can't be easier for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It has to go against the grain of, I mean, you're dealing with one person that supplies 50 products to dealing with 40 people that supply 40 different products, have different sales that go on. I mean, like I do have to give them kudos, because it's definitely would not be the easier way to go.
Yeah, no, probably. I couldn't imagine, like, I can go to a big box store and they'll give me 5 different hot sauces or 30 different hot sauces, and that'll be that, versus like, I'm going to go talk to 40 different people who are going to give me 3 to 4 to 5 hot sauces each for us to put on these shelves. And
I mean,
and people have no idea what they're doing. No offense to, I mean, I know I didn't really have, like, it is a learning experience, and they were willing to let us learn.
yeah,
So.
and I feel like too, like coming back from Boston, I think the three of us walked away with each a case of hot sauce, all from different makers, different manufacturers.
2 cases.
2 cases, and then a couple of cases of beer too.
Oh, yeah.
But just seeing that community, and that was kind of the thing that struck us the most after our first time up there was, oh, hey, who does your labels? Oh, my guy does this. Okay, cool. Reach out to him. They'll be able to hook you up. They'll be able to help me out too. Like, who does your co-pack? Like, just the camaraderie that's there in the community is just awesome to see.
100%. I had people reach out to me constantly about labels and different things like that, and I think they're surprised when I give them the answer, with no like
Oh, no pushback.
no
nothing.
pushback. They're like, okay, no, because like I'll have people like they try to like peruse me and like, and I give them the answer right away, and then it's like I don't talk to them for it's over. They got what they wanted. And
That was
I'm
the
like,
interaction.
and then I'll see them come back in like a couple months, and the same thing. I'm like, they want something. It's fine. Just ask what you want. I don't really care. We are. Yeah, it's a small business, a small community that truly we should help each other. That's what I was talking to you earlier, Joe. That like I go to these farmers markets and people say, "Oh, there's our hot sauce guy there," like with a. Like, you should be angry. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Well, where is he? Like, that person, I know them. Like, they're good people. And they're kind of taken back and shocked to see that it is a type of community.
Yeah. It's such a different world. Because, like, I could imagine if I was running one kind of shop and I'm at a farmer's market and I'm trying to, like, make my money for the day, and then another guy opens up with the same, they're like, come on. But I feel like hot sauces are so different. Like, I mean, we've tasted at easily 100. No two have been remotely close. It's just such a different. Everyone is different. Even if the ingredients are the same, it could be just so vastly different. And I think that's what makes the hot sauce and like the community so great, because to get someone to have the same sauce as you to be competitive, they would literally have to steal your like exact recipe, but then also like your supplier and everything else, because even the peppers change.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the peppers, I mean, different suppliers have peppers from different regions and stuff like that. I mean, it's totally different.
Yeah, I was talking to these guys, so I am unfortunately going to be missing the 17th because I'll be traveling.
Oh, no.
I'll be in Armenia, but I am going to try to get Armenian hot sauce to see what they got out there, and I'm trying to bring back Armenian red pepper, which is Aleppo pepper. It's my favorite pepper.
Okay.
So I'm trying to bring that back to see if I can get it to grow here, so that I could grow the Aleppo peppers, so that I could hopefully try to make an Aleppo hot sauce. I don't know if it's gonna work. It's a sweet, kind of spicy pepper, so it's a very so it's gonna be really weird, but I'm gonna try to pull it off.
Do you think you'll have it by the third annual?
What, for next
Third
year?
annual Philly.
I mean,
sauce
there'll
fest.
be something. It won't be. It probably won't be sellable.
I think we need to hold you to it.
You've heard it today. It is currently 8:20 p.m. August 7th.
Lock him in.
We got 1 year and 1 week.
I think that should be the only way that you're getting off missing this year, is if you have this hot sauce for next year.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Think of it
try to bring
as a
back.
research trip.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I told the last time my in-laws were there, I was like, could you just smuggle me back like a bunch of seeds? They're like, I don't know if you could do that. I'm like, yeah, but could you just try? Worst case, they just take it away. Like, can we just try?
Have you ever tried trying?
Yeah, so I'm going, and I'm going to try trying.
All right.
So if we need to bail you out, we'll know.
Yeah.
I'm not bailing you out, dude. I don't go to police stations.
That's fair.
That's a legitimate rule my mother has. It's the most wild thing in the world, but she will not go to a police station for anything. Her brother was locked up, wouldn't go see him. Flat out. And then he got out, and she acted like he wasn't locked up. He was like, oh, what's up, bro? How you guys going?
Like nothing happened at all.
You have a creature perusing your wares over there.
Yeah, we leave one of the lettuce down there for them to eat. Some greenage. Every time we grow cat grass, it dies within like a week. I don't know why. It just I can't keep cat grass alive. But lettuce just keeps growing, and they just munch it, and it's great. So that's their lettuce, and then the ones up higher are our lettuce. And for some reason, they're really good about not eating anything high. And they don't like tomatoes, so those are good down there.
I have to say, it is an impressive hydroponics set for the people who can't see it.
Yeah, Garden or Gardine. We're not sponsored, but hit us up.
But
But if you wanted to send us a free one, I want one.
so over the weekend, we were talking about how hot sauce is such a community, family kind of like group. Joe also learned that the shoe repair business is also very similar to that.
Yeah, it was really, 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 really similar. As I drove with you to go pick up a machine for your dad.
Yeah, so my dad is a cobbler. He does shoe repair, and a buddy of his owns a shop in Philly, and I have no idea where the shop is. All I know is we drove on trolley tracks.
Yeah, we drove straight.
That's all I know.
Straight on trolley tracks for several blocks. At one point was behind the trolley, which shout out to those drivers, because that is the worst train job you could possibly get. They're like, you're a conductor, you're gonna be like,
Drive a
you're gonna
train.
drive a train. You're like, yes, and they're like, it's a trolley where you also have to obey the laws of the red lights, and also there's like one every 50 feet, and you're gonna have to stop and just wait for the traffic. So like, you're kind of a train. It was
Watch out for the cars.
Train adjacent.
watch out for the cars and people hopping in and out.
Was it the green cars, the green and tan cars?
No, they were
blue.
just the regular SEPTA
Okay.
cars.
Yeah, SEPTA. But it was, I was in my Jeep. I was just like, I'm a train.
Yeah, you can kind of coast on those tracks a little.
Yeah, they had a nice smooth.
Yep.
You get in the right spot, the grooves fit in my tires, and I was good. I was going.
Yeah, you can coast.
And then I got to drive on the curb.
You did.
Which,
You drove an entire block on the
I
curb.
drove an entire block. I was allowed. The police station was across the street, and I'm like, they're gonna fucking give me a ticket. I know that the owner said it's okay to do this, but I don't know if he told them that I'm gonna do this.
Apparently, he did clear it with the
Did
cops.
he?
Yeah. Because he apparently cleared it with the cops. They're like, hey, I have a heavy ass machine. They got to put it in a truck. This guy's got to have to go on the sidewalk. And the cops are like, all right, sure, whatever.
It was a heavy ass machine. It was made out of cast iron. It was like 5 feet tall.
Oh, Jesus.
And it weighed
It was
easily 500
probably
pounds.
500-600 pounds.
Huh.
Yeah. We slid it in, thank God, Jeep, and the fact that I don't care about the bed or the paint. So we just slid it in there, and then when we went to go leave, the curb was all fucked up. And I was like, I think I can clear it, because it was up there. And I was like, no, I think I got it. I don't want to back up. It's the camera's down now because the thing, I couldn't close
down.
the tailgate had to stay down. I'm like, I don't feel like backing up into all that traffic. So I'm just going to go straight. And I put the car in 4-low just in case it looked like I might have. And oh man,
Right past the police station.
yeah, right. And I rubbed a lot of the cement. A lot of it. I was like, I think we cleared it. We didn't clear it.
That is proper
clear
truck
now.
life mentality, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to get a truck, use it to do truck things. Don't just have it. Do truck things.
We pulled off the sidewalk back onto the street. And I was like, Bob, look behind us. Do you see any part of my car on the floor? He's like, no. And I was like, is there any liquids leaking? He's like, no. I'm like, we're good.
Oh man.
No smoke, especially blue smoke. We're good.
So,
And then it was only 2 of us that got to take it out of the Jeep.
that was not as fun.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Is the Jeep still around?
Oh yeah, it's
Made it. Okay. Oh, the Rubicon out there.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
that's nice.
the Gladiator.
Oh, the Gladiator.
We're
okay.
fine. It's fine.
Oh, you're a risky man, man. That's a nice truck.
Oh, I beat the shit out of that truck. I had a regular Wrangler, and then once, like I said, we were renovating this house. I was just beating up the back of the Wrangler. I'm like, this isn't meant for what I'm trying to do here. And then once the Gladiator came out, I was like, trade it in. I want that one. I need that one. And then I just destroy the bed of that truck. Whatever I need,
man.
I just throw in there.
Oh, I was picturing an old truck. I wasn't picturing that thing. That's nice.
Oh yeah, no, it's that guy. I just toss it all in there. And I figure, it's gonna go back to the dealership anyway. I'm just gonna. All they're gonna do is sand it and then spray coat it with that black rubber stuff. So I'm like, what are you gonna do? Yell at me for using the truck to be a truck?
That's a good point.
Oh no, I trucked.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, especially Jeep too. That's a name that stands out as the American
Right.
savior of World War II truck.
Yeah, it's like that's. What do you want me to use this for? It's cheap.
Yeah.
I take it everywhere. I tow things I probably shouldn't be towing with it. It works. It's a work dog.
It's a lease.
Also, it's a lease.
It's your problem.
You're like, if I bring it back with oil in it.
So a nail was in my tire. I didn't know that because I looked at it 3 times. It was the slowest leak in the world. It was like 3 PSI like every 3 days. So I look at it before I fill it up. I can't see any nail. The next day or 2 days later, I look at it. I go to fill it up. I don't see any nail. So I'm like, "Look, is there like a bead leak? Like what's going on?" So I go and I go to change the tire, put in like the spare. And I thought because Jeep, full-size spare, it's probably also going to be a rim in the bottom. Turns out with the Gladiator, nope, just a steel rim on the bottom, not a full-size. Yeah, I didn't know that.
What?
So it's a full size, but it's like a donut rim. It's not like a real.
Okay.
So I go to swap it, and I'm like, God damn it! Now I can't just hide it in there and like dealer's problem. So now I got to get it fixed. So I went and I got it fixed. Turns out every time I checked it, the nail was on the bottom. Like what are the so I'm under the car, like putting everything back, and I'm like, oh God, this thing is just absolutely full of rust. Like every weld is rusted. Oh, nice. And like the tire had all like the rust where it started to like eat the metal. And I was like, I wash this car every time it snows and like there's salt. I do the undercoat wax I've done my part.
Welcome to New Jersey.
So someone goes, you should really undercoat that. I was like, that's the least, my guy. I ain't undercoating shit. That is the equivalent of an apartment. I ain't got to do shit. The dealer
Landlord.
can undercoat it. The best way to do it.
So what other sauces did you bring? So you said you had the mango habanero and the original.
Yeah. And the second one that I officially released and started to sell was the one with the number 2 on it, Jerry's Peri Peri. That is made in memory of my brother. My brother passed away in 2001, a long time ago. His soccer number was 2. So I made my second sauce, all 2 connections. The second sauce uses 2 different types of peppers. Uses cayenne peppers and African bird's eye chili peppers, which are also known as the peri peri peppers or piri piri peppers. And just different 2 connections just to try to keep his memory alive. But it's very good. Just won the International Flavor Awards. Nice. So it's a great everyday sauce that goes great on like eggs. It's like kind of like an oyster. It's a better Tabasco. If you mix it Tabasco with a great cayenne sauce, it's what you would get.
Wow, that sounds really, really good. Also, that's the first time I've ever heard of a peri peri pepper.
It's people. I think officially it's piri piri, but it comes off. It's peri peri to me.
I love the story behind it, behind the name, and the keeping the 2 alive. And I'm a huge soccer fan myself, so
nice.
I'm definitely going to be trying that one.
Oh yeah, we're going to be trying all of them. We're going to go through the gamut here.
I'm excited to run the table because they all sound amazing.
You don't get a choice this time. You can't tap out. You have to try.
Well, I was watching one of your older podcasts where you guys were talking, I think, with Kyle about how sauces are, as opposed to going through the hottest hot sauces, it's more to a mild sauces now. And you guys are like joking about in the future it'll be jokingly soft names to hot sauces. So these are all mild sauces. These are all middle of the road. I've really tried to make all the sauces so it has a great balance. Even like my hottest one is the cayenne ghost pepper. I toned down the heat to really get a flavor, and that's what we're going to, I guess, get into the tongue here. This awkwardly big tongue that I brought with me.
I like how we started and we didn't mention the
tongue. Completely ignore it.
Yeah.
We're totally keeping you in suspense for what this is.
We pretend it's not there.
Yeah. It's extreme. I ordered this for a TV a newscast that I did. Was not sure. 2 foot by 3 foot in my head did not seem that big until it came and I opened it and I was like, "Holy crap! This is way too big for a tongue." So I mean, it is a big tongue, but it serves a good purpose. It shows a different how the taste hit your tongue. So first when you taste something salty, usually you taste it on the front of your tongue. Sweet here. Sour on the sides, and bitter is where the peppers register in the back of the tongue. And just the goal for me was to make something that really rolled through your tongue, and you can taste the different intricacies of the ingredients that I put in there. So, I mean, the cayenne ghost has applesauce, the saltiness, the peppers, and the savory in the middle. This umami means like savory. So it comes from like fermented peppers, stews, soups, and stuff like that. Just a combination of different ingredients kind of hits that savory sensory. So I just really wanted to get it so it rolled through your tongue, and I think all these did a pretty good job.
Yeah, that was you were talking before. I was like the person who I was talking to before you came on. They're like, he has a tongue thing, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I'll set up another camera. We'll do a thing, because we always talk about it as we try them. We try to let other people know like what we're tasting and like where the sensations are, because it does move. Like as you taste it, it'll start to move around, and we always try to explain it, but like a picture makes it so much easier.
We just point to the poster where we feel what.
Yeah. It tastes like this one.
Well, I think this needs to be its new home then.
Giving up on the tongue already?
Yeah, not that I don't feel awkward enough walking around with it, but it sounds like it has a good fit here in your home. So my gift to you is this huge tongue.
This oversized tongue.
It should be a part of the set from here on out.
It's just there.
Anything we taste is just, okay, let's address the tongue.
We have to get the little stick thing.
Yeah, we do that or like a
Or laser
pointer.
Yeah, or the laser
Yeah.
pointer. Which one are you tasting?
Then again, with cats in the house, I don't know if that's a good idea for the laser pointer.
I have the lasers. It's fine. They're only stupid most of the time. They don't know how to jump though. It's fine. That is amazing. I love. I don't know. I think it's fantastic. I think it does fit with hot sauce because you could explain the flavor all you want. I mean, obviously, once you taste it, that's when you'll get it. But to show like how it's like supposed to feel is a really good way to kind of go about it.
Well, this is what when I made my sauces, I made them pretty much like a scientist. I would have my computer there and say, okay, I added 0.1 grams of salt, 0.2 grams of blah, blah, blah. And I would have this picture, not this picture, but like on my computer that if I said, okay, I want something to light up like the right side of my tongue or the front side of my tongue, I would say, what sensation is that? And I kind of reverse engineered backing into it. Said, okay, that's salty. It doesn't seem to light up that part of my tongue. So that's how I would design the sauces. So I'd say I'm not getting it in whatever part of your tongue. That's why I started added sweetness to light up this little area here and just try to get it so it goes through your tongue and just rolls right through. So I mean that's the significance of this because this was in the front of my mind and up on my computer when I was actually sitting there like a scientist trying to design the actual flavors that went into the sauces.
I mean, that's awesome. I would have never thought. The way I cook is always been like wing it, like just go by feel, and that's how I kind of cook everything.
Yep.
If you watch any of the episodes that we do the cooking ones on, most of the time I do not prep ahead of time. We are doing it live.
Yeah.
So if I mess up and it's terrible live.
Well, same thing. I mean, I do that with cooking, but there was a couple times where I made a really great sauce. And people were like, what's in it? I'm like, I have no idea.
Whatever I found.
I think I was drunk when I made it. I have no idea. This is really good. And so it was like, then it's like, you do a couple of those moments, like, okay, I'm writing this down. And it was like, literally, I was like a scientist. I had an Excel spreadsheet, and it was like, okay, this much time, this much, whatever, salt, this much, all the ingredients listed of all the ingredients I wanted to touch on. And just like a scientist, just went up and down. And hot sauces also taste a little different after they sit for a while, which is another factor. So it's like I would make 10 different batches, label them 1 through 10, let them sit on the mantle for 10 days, and then I have to taste them again and then rate them. And it was a process. But again, it's a hobby. It was a fun process. It wasn't... Right.
I like how it started with the kind of just like, I'm going off feel, we're going to try some new things, and then you fine tune. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite rappers of all time, Lil Wayne, doesn't write his lyrics down to any of his songs. So there's interviews of him where they read off his lyric to him, and he goes, "Who wrote that?" It's like, it was you. And he was like, "That was me."
No.
But yeah,
I did hear that before, though.
Yeah, he doesn't write anything down. He does it like just completely off feel, and he'll listen to his songs back and like fine tune things, I'm sure, for recording. But it really is like, okay, this is just my natural talent. This is what I'm gonna do. This is how I feel about it, and then the fine tuning comes in for like the final song. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I one and done.
If you
came up to me with one of the recipes I made before on the show, was like, try this, I'd be like, that's really good. Who you recipe? Like, no, it's you, dumbass. And I'd be like, nah, it couldn't have been me.
That wasn't me. This is way too good.
Yeah, this is way too good for it to be me.
Yeah. Yeah.
One take, you're done.
That's what it took for me to be like, okay, I did that a few times. I couldn't recreate the recipe, and it was frustrating. It's like, it's okay. It has to be a little more of a science to it. You can't just wing it every time. If it's something you want to sell and recreate anyway. because I can recreate. I scaled up from a pitcher to 30-gallon batches.
No, Jesus.
So, and it was just, yeah, literally one pitcher to a 30-gallon batch, and it flawlessly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just it was mathematics. I just put a calculation into the Excel spreadsheet and did it, and just kind of like, okay, now this batch is costing me like hundreds of dollars. And
Better not fuck
came
it
out
up.
great.
Yeah.
And then I grew such confidence. I mean, I probably last year alone I made all my hot sauces. Not this year. Last year I think I did 20, 30-gallon batches.
Wow.
And it was like that's a month, and each batch was 8-9 hour days.
Oh, jeez.
So this was literally a month of my life it took out. But I know my sauces inside and out. Like I don't need to this year when I used a co-packer, it made it a lot easier. That I'm like I open it up and smell it and be like, it's not right. Like I made it. I had to go to the eye doctor last year because I was over the hot vinegar, and it got so much in my eyes that I made it a couple days in a row. They thought like my eyes were my eyes were bright red, and they were like, "What did you have acid burns on your eyes?"
Oh, from just the vinegar smoke?
From standing over the vinegar vat, and it was like I made so much hot sauce last year, and it was my whole thing behind it was just that. If you don't put blood, sweat, and tears into like a business that you're starting up, it's not like worth it. I feel like at any point for it to grow into big success, you need to have that blood equity into your product and kind of know it in and out.
You gotta want it more than you want to be able to see.
Absolutely. And the hardest thing was they were like, "You can't make hot sauce." I'm like, "What are you talking about? It's summer's coming. Like the market's coming." Yeah, I'm like,
this is the time.
Yeah. Like
Goggles?
Yeah, I was finding ways around it. Like it was complete dedication and passion. It was nuts last year.
So do you had like a commercial kind of kitchen, or were you?
Yeah, it's at Cherry Street Kitchen in Trenton. I was looking for all these kitchens in Philadelphia. I think the one was, oh God, it was astronomical. I think it was like $700 a month rent just to be a member. And then I think it was $70 an hour to go in there and actually do it.
Oh, just on top.
Holy
On
shit.
top of.
So the 700 was just like, hey, here's your to
You wanna be a
reserve your
member.
spot.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
pay us to actually use it.
Yeah, because
wow. Yeah,
I guess
big now.
that's how many big like food trucks and stuff in Philadelphia were using it.
So it's
And
like,
I'm
it's like a timeshare.
Yeah,
But for a kitchen.
it was unbelievable. But I went to Cherry Street Kitchen. If you're looking to get in this, I highly recommend them. The guy John at Cherry Street Kitchen, I think it was $15 a month, and I think it was $25 an hour, which is like he was helping small businesses. Yeah, like, he was like,
There we go.
Like,
That's all we need.
there's no way I could have done it $100. Like it's a small business. I'm not making any money. Like his is at least he was helping small businesses, and it was a great guy. He's a super nice guy to work with.
That's awesome. Again, it speaks to that community aspect of
absolutely.
just helping people out, and then you just name drop in your exact kitchen. Get in on this, guys.
100%. Yeah, I mean,
that.
he helped me out. It's not I had to do a little work to find them, but I mean, he helped me, and he when I came in, he's like, he knew that the prices of these other companies were so much more, and he's like, I did this. He was like an older gentleman. He's like, I'm doing this to help people. He's like, he wasn't doing it to get rich. I'm sure he wasn't losing money, but it was more of a community type thing, and which is kind of like I have friends that run Pink Elephants, like an organization that helps people addicted. Everyone knows that pandemic's going on in Philadelphia with stuff with addiction. So that's what I kind of. So to them, I would love to give back more right now, but if I need to make a sustainable business so I can give back for years, you know, I don't want to make $20 and give you $20 or waste $20. I'd rather build up a company that I could give back to my community and stuff for years to come, which is the true reason of why I started this, is to try to help and inspire other people, and hopefully I get a chance to do it. Because right now it's been a money pit. There's a lot of equity, sweat equity that's going in, and home equity that's going into it to this point. So hopefully it's worth it. But
I think it usually is. I mean, everyone has that thing. Like we're here. Everyone has that thing that they try to push to make it. This is the thing that they want. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it sounds like you've got all the pieces in place, and it seems like the puzzle's together. So now it's just kind of like
it's out of my hands. That's what I've been trying to practice like recently. Like just kind of like you can't stress out. Like you have to just kind of surrender a little bit to it and kind of just whatever has to come from it. I can't control everything.
I mean, at this point, you're in 220 stores, so it's not like you're.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it sells, man. I need them to come back for a few more purchase orders to make it all worthwhile, or at least to break even. Mm-hmm. So I mean, either way, I'm gonna have a great story to tell.
Yeah,
that's what I tell people.
That's something you tell the grandkids, like, oh yeah, I did this whole stint in hot sauce for a while.
Yeah, like I had the first ones like that I had made. I took off like the assembly line, put them in a case. The first ones that were on the shelf to buy, I went and bought my own. So I'm making my own little memorial for myself, just to be like,
that's so cool.
Yeah, just because I enjoy the story and the path that it's taking, and as much as anyone, I feel like. So hopefully it works out.
That's something that people could really get behind, is like the story of something starting. Mm-hmm. My buddy, his dad recently passed away, and growing up, like, we knew his father, and we knew that like he was a musician back in the day, but I didn't really realize how big of a musician he was. And I was over there today looking through. He kept everything,
no way,
down to all of his kids' work throughout elementary school to high school. It was insane. But he had photo albums of him performing at the Stone Pony. He had the ticket stubs right next to each photo from each performance. And I was like, wait, your dad like made it. And he was like, oh yeah. No, he was on his way. And I was like, I had no idea. And like just seeing it and like being able to hold like photos and ticket stubs, like that was so cool. And this is a guy I thought I knew. And that's it's like he lived a whole nother life. And I had no idea.
That's even cooler, though, to be like humble about it. You know what I mean? He enjoyed it. He wasn't doing it for other things. He was probably doing it for...
Oh, yeah.
He was it.
It's Rudy and the Eastern Lights. They put all of his music on YouTube. They took the original recordings and then digitized and uploaded them. Yeah, so...
That's awesome.
Rudy and the Eastern Lights. A little shout out to them.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
Awesome. So I guess we should probably try these, right?
Absolutely. That's why we're here.
We're talking about it. Let's try them.
Because they sound great.
All right. Well, we have to start from the most mild. This is the original. Mm-hmm. These caps are harder to get off. Okay, so I guess we'll pass them down, or?
Yeah, we'll just scoot them on over.
Okay, so this one is just a basic everyday sauce. Just cayenne pepper, salt, and vinegar, pretty much.
That smells so good.
I was going to say it smells real good.
I'll do one with you.
It's like shots.
Oh, we were supposed to wait? I dove right in.
Yeah, so this one, I mean, you kind of taste it, the saltiness. This one doesn't these first two are more like your traditional hot sauces. The later two, the pineapple and the ghost are the ones I've really tried hitting everything. But this one still hits the saltiness, sweet, and the bitter, which gets labeled as like the hot. But this one's a very mild sauce. I don't even taste the heat on this one.
No, it's delicious. You get a little bit around the sides and a little bit at the top, back of the throat. But other than that, it's just really, really... This is the type of sauce I love putting in my scrambled eggs.
Yep.
Like when
I
make
this absolutely would be like my go-to breakfast.
Well, I think this is going to be your new go-to.
Okay.
Yeah, let's pass it. We'll pass them down, I guess.
Pass the bottle.
Yeah, this was the winner of the International Flavor Awards. This is a mixture of the Jerry's peri peri peppers, as well as cayenne peppers. But pretty much besides that, it's pretty much the same recipe as the first one, but except for the peri peri peppers. So this one you kind of taste a little more of it lights up,
Yeah.
a little more of the tongue sensations.
Oh, definitely. I'm
Yeah.
just learning about like all this the intricacies
he's new.
of hot sauce. So having this, like the first bite I taste, I immediately turned and was like, why do I feel all this happening?
Yeah, this you get a little bit of, like on the sides of your mouth, too,
Yeah.
or sides of your tongue.
I always, when I try hot sauces, I try not to put it like the spoon too far back. So I kind of put it up and then like dump truck it. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but I try to make sure like I don't bypass and just put it like
They don't bypass the salt.
right. I don't want to put it too far and just miss the tip of my tongue.
Just overshoot the
Yeah,
tip.
and then all you just get is like the heat, and you're like, wow, that's just spicy.
Well, here you go. This is the pineapple habanero. This one's going to really light up your
I'm
tongue.
excited to try this one.
And
Yeah,
you
I
can see
am
this one's a lot thicker, a lot less vinegar,
I'm a huge fan of pineapple.
and there's like chunks of pineapple in there.
That smells so good.
Smells amazing.
So this goes. I originally made this for like shrimp tacos, but it goes great on pork, chicken, any type of white meat.
I've been craving shrimp tacos for
Oh,
the
this
last
is
week, so
perfect.
this is
Same.
dialed.
I know. Well, guess what we're having tomorrow, right?
Guess
Before
what we're having
D&D.
tomorrow.
They're back here tomorrow for D&D.
Wow.
We better.
Yeah, I definitely
better
get,
have shrimp
I
tacos
definitely get a
tomorrow.
lot more of the sweetness with that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one you get the
Oh
initial
my
little
God.
bit of salt. The
I know what I
sweet-
taste, but I feel like it's wrong.
it's got some cumin, some turmeric, a lot of onion powder in there, which
I'm not
kind of
wrong.
helps bring out like the savory.
No, that's what I was tasting. I was like, onion and then almost garlic, but I'm like, no, there's no garlic. There's none of the sharp garlic. It just, I taste, it's onion.
Wow. Yeah,
That's
that one's
really,
really,
really
good.
good.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, so that's why I try not to. And this is the cayenne ghost is a little bit spicier, but I mean this.
Yeah, but I noticed you have them all labeled. Most of them are 3 out of 5. One's a 2 out of 5. So
Yeah,
you don't
the-
really have like a.
I'm one day I'm going to make the hotter ones, but well, I didn't think it was a good business move too.
Yeah.
Because if trying to go after like people like Acme and stuff, well, that the whole story I got in Acme is a good story we could get into. Going after people like that, like big retailers, I don't know. Wouldn't think that they would want something that would completely burn your face off. You know, I didn't think it was a good business decision.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, I mean, it's in 200 and something stores, I'm going to have to buy that many cases for each of them. I mean, I don't know. It's much as smaller piece of the market of people that are going to want to completely burn their faces off.
Yeah.
And the other people who not knowingly try it and they do burn their faces off,
Right. They're not going to
They're
come.
not,
back.
gonna, they're not gonna buy it again. Yeah.
they're not going to like it. Like, it's not a fun experience. Like,
Yeah.
I want a sauce that I taste. It's a delicious sauce that I can go back and buy again. I don't want that sauce where I put like a little drip on something when like my friends come over and I'm like, guys, it's gonna be super duper hot.
Yeah,
and
what's your
you're-
shots
This
of hot
is
You're
gonna
not
ruin your
guys.
meal.
You're not gonna taste whatever
know.
else you were eating.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, I don't know.
And that's why I do have like some grown like people that come up. Not that it's not. I like to burn my face off every once in a while, but I like doing it like knowingly. And people constantly come up and like they even try the hottest one, and they're like, "It's not even hot." I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
"You're 50
cool.
years old. Get
Yeah,
outta here."
get outta
Like
here.
I expect it from like the kids, like the
Yeah.
like the young kids to be like yeah, I know it's not. It's,
Yeah.
it's not a good business decision to make
Right.
ones that completely burn off your face, and I'm not impressed by you. Like I don't know. That's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because the two that come to my mind when you think of like the burn your face off ones were the ones that created it out of spite. Because the hot sauce, like you said, it's all there for flavor. You want to kind of enhance the food that you're putting the sauce with. Ron from Hell's Kitchen makes his hipster repellent, which is like a full on like just concentration of like oil from the peppers.
Yeah.
And then Maggie
Which
has
is
her
good.
like DEF CON stuff.
Even in the name hipster repellent, it's
Yeah.
to get people that come up to you and go, "What's your hottest sauce? I want to try the hottest one."
Yeah.
Get away from it. What are we
Yeah.
doing? We're,
No,
we're here
it's
for
like
flavor and a
here.
good time.
Yeah, but like I said, I sometimes enjoy that stuff. Like I literally enjoy sometimes just sitting there and sweating. Like But I can't imagine that going great with a big retailer.
Yeah.
Well, even
You know?
I laugh when people come up to Ron's tent first. They're like, "What's the hottest one you got?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's a poor decision.
Oh, you've made a terrible choice.
You're about to.
You made a mistake.
Yeah, you're about to try 70-something hot sauces.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to taste.
Yeah.
You got nothing. You're going out of the gate, and then you're
Yeah,
that's
you're
the
done.
last one. You
Enjoy
should
the
try.
marshmallow competition.
Well, did you ever go to Chili Pepper Festival in Bowers, PA?
No.
It is unlike. Did you ever heard about it? It is
No, new to
unlike
me.
anything. I was giving out these, and people were like, "No, save it. I have my own like engraved one." I'm like, "Holy crap!" I'm
That's
like,
what we need. We need Tabletop Trio trying spoons.
Oh yeah.
Done. We're
I have
doing
a-
it for
it is-
Saucetoberfest.
I have a laser engraver, so I can engrave the spoons.
people do. I'm not kidding. I had so many people come up. They had like necklaces, and they were holding them. It was amazing. Like it was a whole.
Are
Different,
you telling me that people have taken Coke spoons and made them into hot sauce spoons?
It's a new Coke spoon.
Is that the hot sauce world? Just,
Correct.
hey, this is double use.
You know why I pulled you over? It's not what you think it is.
I swear this is for hot sauce, officer.
Here's
I
my
don't care what
holster.
they call it on the streets. Yeah, here's my holster.
Yeah. Which
Man,
they
that
also
is-
have.
I
I
never
don't
put
know.
that connection together. It is a little.
It's a little Coke spoon.
Yeah,
Once
you're-
you said it was a necklace, I was like, oh Jesus.
Yeah, you're dancing on the line there.
You're confusing a lot of people.
Keep all powdery substances away just for
Yeah.
the weekend.
Similar dopamine hit.
Man, it definitely lights up the dopamine. Out there.
I didn't realize it when we did the show last year when we were in Pennsylvania, and I got roped into the pizza eating the hot pizza, and at that point, again, very 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 new to hot sauce. Didn't even know if I liked hot sauce.
Yeah.
Like never tried it. Didn't know that there was a whole world of like delicious hot sauce. I only knew like the commercial terrible hot sauce, and then they roped me into the pizza thing, and turns out I was already a fast eater. You just added spice. So I was like a stone, I was that right there for first place. But I took second, which is fine. But between all the hot and like all I had to eat, because I had to eat the contaminated soil and I had to eat the little dropper thing that Maggie has, which is just like, what is
Good
it,
luck.
30 pounds worth of ghost?
Scorpion.
Of
Scorpion
or
that's
something like that.
extracted into like a pill bottle oil.
Wow.
She
puts
has to
it
keep
in-
it.
Yeah.
She has to keep it in the dropper, in a prescription bottle, in a plastic
my
bag
God.
because it's not strong enough. Like those containers
It
aren't
will,
strong
like,
enough
come out.
separately.
Wow.
And she still has to use gloves. Like,
Yeah, she said
she
when-
got some on her hand
Oh,
in
yeah, that was
Boston
bad.
when she was like prepping the pizza, and she's like, I can't breathe.
Was that where this was? At the Boston?
Yeah, she does it
and,
on
and
most
she's
of
going to
them.
be,
She'll be here
in
in
Philly
Philly,
as
yeah.
well this year.
Okay.
So that's Maggie with DEFCON sauces.
DEFCON. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
that's
she is awesome.
So you like spicy melt your face. You should try a drip of that.
Okay. I'll have to get some.
The marshmallow challenge is also a good time.
Yeah, she,
That's Ron with his hipster
Yeah.
repellent on mini marshmallows, and you just keep going until someone taps out,
Oh man.
and the last person to tap out wins the contest.
I had one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
it?
tapped out. I was like, yep, no, I'm good.
I was filming it too. The people behind me, because they had a friend that was in there, and I'm filming, and then I'm right next to him in the front. They're like, that tall guy, I don't know, I think he's onto something. I'm like, nah, he's a bitch.
Oh.
I tapped out the first one.
And then, like 3 minutes later, he's like, I'm out. I was like, see?
Then immediately after, he like walks off. I'm like, so Graham, how did it feel? What did you do? And he's like, I hate everything.
It was really the next day. I thought it was going to get better. No, it got worse. The bathroom trip
No.
was that was a rough one.
Bad one coming out too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Airbnb toilet was not happy.
She caught the
Oh,
business.
man.
She got definitely
No,
caught
the-
all the business.
When you're doing those competitions, like those, you're just eating, it's the hottest stuff, and it's oil, and it's, so like,
Oh,
you got to be prepared. And I didn't,
Really
that's why I
coats the
didn't do it this
throat.
year, because I was like, we are
Sits in the
leaving
stomach.
right after the pizza thing. I'm like,
Yeah, you
"Wh-
can't."
You eat that, you got like 40 minutes. You're on a timer.
Absolutely.
And we had 6 hours.
Yeah, it's not doable.
Are they doing that at the Philly?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Okay.
They usually always do.
Okay.
So
Because someone actually, it's weird. Someone just asked me today if they're doing a pepper eating contest. I know that's not what we're talking about, but if they were,
they do the spices.
The schedule of events, Saturday for session 1, they're doing the Liberty Bell and Golden Skillet Awards. At 3 o'clock, they're doing the Marshmallows from Hell Challenge, sponsored by Hell's Kitchen and Fuego Box. On Saturday, they're doing the Wing Challenge at 6. Yeah, Wing Challenge at 6, sponsored by DEF CON. And then for Sunday is the Philly Fire Award for Best Sauce on a Hot Dog. And at 4 o'clock, they're doing the Spike Pizza Challenge.
oh man, be a good lineup for the
So
festival.
there's going to be a ton of great events. Tickets are still on sale. Go to phillysaucefest.com to get your tickets.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be awesome.
It's always great with those big events because you get to try so much stuff. In Boston, one of the guys cooked a steak for us, and then all these guys just devoured their steaks. And I was like, "You fools!
No utensils anyway.
You had the perfect spoon." So I started going around to all the hot sauce guys. I was like, "Give me your best dab," and I'm just eating steak like it was a slice of pizza.
Oh man,
Yeah, only one person looked at you like you're crazy. Everyone else is just like,
No, I'm a
Genius.
yeah, let's go.
I'm a trendsetter at these places. the one in
last year you got people buying pitchers of beer to drink
yeah.
There we go.
themselves.
Now we're talking.
It was cheaper to buy a pitcher than it was the glass, and you got to keep the pitcher. So I just bought the pitcher and then held it like a glass. People were walking around, they're
man.
like, "You could do that," and I was like, "Right there," and they're like, "That's genius!"
You can do it right there,
Right
actually.
there.
Well, we are going to be at a brewery this year.
yeah.
So
I want to shout out Bone Sauce real quick because they're the ones that cooked us the steak.
yeah, they were.
And their wing sauce is top tier.
Really?
Like the chef said, like it's not like a hot sauce. It is a wing sauce. Like that's what
Okay.
they do, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
I
it's
gotta
like
get another bottle.
It's sticky, sweet,
Yeah.
a little bit of a kick at the end,
Yeah.
and it's butter based.
Ooh.
And I don't know how they're able to get like a shelf stable butter based sauce.
Magic.
And he's a phenomenal chef. That steak was amazing.
Yeah, he nailed that steak too.
He was cooking
What kind was it?
wings
What-
all day, and then we just brought him steak, and he was like, "Yeah, no problem." Put it
I'll
on."
just toss it on there for you.
What, you brought him steak and then he cooked it for you?
Kyle did, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
Kyle
wow.
brought
He
steaks.
just showed up. He's like, "Do you guys want one? Yeah, sure. You mind cooking these up? All right."
You know
Wow.
what's really weird? Thinking back on it, Kyle brought steaks, no grill.
No, no,
Just walking around.
He
had
just raw meat and
he
just
had
like,
a
all right.
plan.
Okay. Everything he has done is calculated.
Yeah,
He's like, "Listen, if they don't cook it, I gotta find somewhere else."
That's it. That's we live by it. We eat it raw. That's what we're doing. We're putting it on the blacktop.
Yeah.
It was hot. That's all. We got. But that's like the plus negative side to these hot sauce shows is
Yeah.
you're like, all right, I got to buy a bottle of this guy because I know that one and it's delicious. And then you walk out with like 2 full cases. You're like, I don't know what happened. It was all so good.
Blacked out.
I
Tried sauce, blacked out.
Did the Coke spoon.
I went in. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get this sauce, and this sauce. My girlfriend wanted this sauce and that sauce. I'm like, all right, cool, perfect. I walked out with like 14 bottles.
Yeah, 15 sauces later, don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Completely blurry. I'm just like, how? I'm still going through sauces that I bought from Boston.
Yeah. No, I
Like,
still have a lot.
today, and I'm just like, I haven't opened some of these. They're just still sitting in the box. Like,
Yeah, there's a few. You end up narrowing down like the 3 or 4 that you use all the time. And then those are the ones you rip through. And then you're like, I need them now.
Taco
Yeah.
Cat.
Where do I get more of them?
Taco Cat.
It hits you, man. Sometimes I feel like that perfect sauce when you know it. Like I have them all in my mantle, and I'm like, it's just like I need something different. And I'm like that sauce, I know exactly what I'm going for. I know it would go perfect with this. And just you get cravings for different ones.
I always, when I taste hot sauces, my brain just starts wiring like what goes where, like what that is for.
Yeah.
I've never said this sentence before in my life. I want to make deviled eggs so bad with your OG sauce. I think it'd be so goddamn good.
Hey man, I'm loading you up. You're gonna have some.
I would mess up some deviled eggs. You have no clue. Thanksgiving, someone brings deviled eggs, your boy is there.
You know, I just made a ranch dip. I feel like that'd be good for like a spicy ranch.
Ooh. Now we're talking. Now we're thinking.
Now we're thinking. This is what happens.
I have some spicy
Is this the
ranch
next
at home.
podcast?
You guys are you're gonna have to do it for me. I'm not there.
Oh, yeah.
Shit,
I'm gonna have
that's
to
right.
give one of you Adderall to
So-
figure it out.
So we have Joe has a tradition.
Okay.
Every hot sauce show we go to, it gives Joe an idea of what a cooking episode would be.
Okay.
So last year after Philly, we did the Spicy Mac Challenge, where we used ingredients that we bought at the Philly show and made a spicy Big Mac.
Yeah, we did the
Down
spicy
to
mac.
like
Yeah.
spicy relish. John DeMint's was there, so we used that.
Yeah, spicy mayo.
We even put it in the burger, like the burger mix, like
Wow.
patty mix.
Yeah, I did smoked jalapeno from White House in the ground meat while I was like mixing it for the burger.
Wow.
That was
Did it come out pretty
oh
good?
my god, it was amazing.
Oh, man.
The only thing that wasn't spicy was the American cheese. The mustard was spicy honey mustard. The ketchup was spicy from
Yep,
one of the other.
from Is It Spicy?
From Is It Spicy? The mayo was from John DeMint's, which was spicy. The bun was a different spicy mayo that I then grilled to get instead of butter. I did like a spicy mayo, which is still, if you get a spicy mayo or like a John DeMint's, and then instead of butter for grilled cheese, just do that. Oh my god!
Really?
It
Need to
is
try it out.
so good because you still get that caramelization
Yeah.
from like the butter because mayo's just fat, but then you get the spice that's just built into the bread now. Oh, it's so good.
Oh man.
And then I
Getting
feel like you need to
hungry.
tell about
I'm gonna have to
and-
hit something up on my way home.
and you being from Philly, Wawa,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
gobbler.
We did the gobbler.
We did a
the-
hot gobbler after Saucetoberfest.
Yes, because it was gobbler season. So we bought a gobbler, and then I made the hot gobbler, where we had the,
Hot gobbler. That's a great name.
Yeah, 'cause- well, it was
That was Joe's nickname in high school.
yeah. That was
That leads right to the tongue.
right. Yeah, that was fun because White House had the Reaper cranberry, and I was like, "Oh, that's it. I'll just make cranberry sauce," and I ended up dumping like 3/4 of a bottle into the cranberry sauce because the cranberry sauce was so sweet and tarty that the hot sauce just kept getting lost. So I just dumped like almost an entire bottle in, and then I mixed it with blueberry. Someone made blueberry hot sauce, and I mixed that in there too to try to get like more spice. So I ended
I
up
think
with
that
this
was Hook and Arrow.
I think it was Hook and Arrow. So I ended up making this like super spicy but still deliciously sweet hot sauce, and then we made the gobbler. Everything else had
Hot gobbler.
Oh my
you got
god,
to say the hot gobbler.
it was so
Can't-
good.
Hey, there's no more hot. There's no more gobbler.
Yeah,
It's
it's
got to
like
be
gobbler
the
doesn't
hot
exist.
gobbler.
Strictly hot gobbler.
So now this year I'm not there to pick up because usually I go and I'll like I have an idea and then I'll start picking up hot sauces to then like the next week or two later we'll do a cooking episode and then that's where I'll put it all together and I'll make it whatever it is. But I'm not there, so you guys got to figure out.
Yeah,
a
Bob, here's what
recipe.
we do. We come up with the idea and we leave Joe completely out of this.
Yeah, I just have to figure out what you did.
Yeah. Like down to when we start cooking, he's, what is that? Don't ask questions.
So
You don't
we
want the
go
answer
full
to.
on like crime scene kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you figure it out.
Like,
You figure it out.
here are
What do
your
we do
sauces.
here?
What are you making?
Yeah, you could put on the screen what you made, like what was your plan, and then what it ends up with will be completely different.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be good.
I like that idea. I think we're gonna have to do that.
So we're definitely gonna have to get you in there on this because
We'll
you're
get
one
your
of the
sauce in
new.
there.
So I try to hit everybody with like different. So I don't like going to the same people over and over and over again. I like getting everybody a little different because everybody's sauce is a little different. So
Absolutely.
And it adds to the challenge of it. You know,
yeah.
like you're
Yeah.
you're pushing yourself to utilize other ingredients.
So I gotta grab one of yours, and now I gotta figure out which one. Well, I guess you guys are gonna have to
You're
figure
not
out which one.
figuring out
Yeah.
anything. You're gonna have to crack the code on the food.
Yeah.
Want to try the last sauce?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, and this is the spiciest, but you'll be fine. Yeah, I originally had it on the label, which I'm I don't know if it was a good decision or not. I had a buddy of mine designed it. It was like a pepper drooling, it was a mean looking, great design, but I was afraid that it was scaring people away. So that's why when I did the Acme deal, I redesigned them all to be the same. Mm-hmm. And this one is my favorite. And it has the worst sales with Acme, which really annoys me because I think this is it is the hottest, but I think it has just like the same amount of balance as the pineapple.
I think it's one of those things where like the people who are starting at hot sauce are like, oh, it's Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I want to. And I think a lot of people don't realize that the Ghost doesn't have to be spicy.
No.
Like when, like I said, White House Station did the...
That's their table sauce, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. They have, when they did the Reaper in the cranberry, it's like, it's not spicy at all. Yeah. Like, it's delicious. But that's a Reaper pepper. That's like the hottest one you can get.
I use it on my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch yesterday, and I used the cranberry sauce.
PB Slams are delicious.
Yeah, I mean, they're good tasting peppers.
You heard me. PB Slam.
All right. So this, you get a little bit of sweetness from applesauce. Is that initial like sweetness that touches your tongue?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then same thing, the salty, it rolls through your tongue a little bit.
Yeah. Again, rounds it out.
That is really good.
For my tongue, for some reason, I always stick to the outsides with a lot of the sauces, even though I dump it.
I overshot in front of my tongue. I tried the dump method. I dumped it right to the back of my throat.
That was his nickname in high school.
They're like, screw the roll. Let's just get right to the back.
Yeah. It sat there, but it's clearing up nicely. It was really good.
Yeah, none of them should last too long. I mean, none of them are complete scorchers.
No, it's in, wave, and then now it's out.
Yeah.
It's none of those like, I'm still feeling that.
Yeah.
Like you feel a little bit in like the back bottom of the throat. I guess that would be in the bitter area.
Well, that's where that's where the peppers hit in the back.
Yeah, but
that's what people say. Oh, the peppers got caught in my throat.
Yeah,
that's what it's because that's where you taste a lot of the pepper sensation.
Yeah. I dumped it and I leaned my head back and I was like, whoops. now it's all just back there.
I seen you subtle coughing.
I'm good.
It's just look like a bitch on the podcast.
It's just every goddamn time with you, Bob.
Yeah, there's something a bit sane or mild.
And here's the thing: it's hiccups.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I just when it hits like a certain level, it just like, all right, you have hiccups now.
Yeah,
even
and
that little tiny bit.
It's every time because we'll be at the place and we'll be trying, and it just hiccups. Like, God damn it, Bob.
and I do it to myself because it's delicious. It's so good. I'm like, oh man, this is great.
Maybe it'll be different this time. It's not.
Literally, every time. I'm trying to mute my mic. Okay.
It didn't work. You didn't catch it. But no, that's delicious. It's such a full but not hot flavor. It's just that could be good on so many different things. I want that on a grilled chicken sandwich.
Well, that was I think the last ingredient I added to this was the applesauce. I was sitting there looking, I'm like, I need to light this area up. And so I kept adding applesauce, and then finally I'm like, I hit it. It touched it. Like then people taste the sweetness. They don't know what it is, and that's why I say it's I mentioned that it's the applesauce, and they're kind of like, yeah, it's a subtle like applesauce. It just gives that little touch of sweetness to help roll through your tongue a little bit.
Yeah, I love looking through the recipe, like not the recipe, but like what the ingredients are, because it's like they were saying, it's like a game of detective. Like I'm trying to like figure out what my mouth was tasting and how many I could try to pinpoint, and like what were the ones that I was, and it's sometimes there's like so many flavors, but they're all good. So to pinpoint one of them is just like, no, wait, that might have been something else, or maybe it's that other thing, but it's also really good. I had to focus on that one spot, but I couldn't because it already rolled to the next spot.
And with the way your brain works, that must be impossible.
Oh my God.
The second
ADHD
the next
does not.
Well, that's the thing too. I think once they age a little bit too, they kind of combine into like the savory thing. That's what like a stew, the same thing. It's pretty much is a fermented stew that it's lights up that savory sensation.
I think all the sauces are delicious, but I need fish tacos.
Oh man,
It's the pineapple one. I need it.
God.
you'll never eat a fish taco without it.
There was
Tomorrow.
There was one that I don't know if I have any left. Hank's hot
Oh,
sauce.
I love Hank's. Yeah.
They do small batches for these shows
Okay.
that they don't sell in stores.
Oh, really? I never
Yeah.
heard of this.
Yeah, and I have one in the fridge if I have any left. That was agave based, and it was
Oh, that one was so
good on tacos.
Really?
It was phenomenal. And I had to, I think the guy gave me his business card for like when he's around, because he's like, sometimes they're on the truck and he's around the area.
Yeah.
And I ran out and I got to call him and I'd be like, oh, where can I get it? I know you said it was small batch. How small? Do you have any?
Did you bring your spoon?
I just need a taste, man. I just need a taste.
Not that spoon, the other one.
No,
A
it's
sauce
the
bump,
same
that's all.
spoon.
It's always the same spoon.
just a little bump. I just need a little bump. That's all.
Yeah, so it was. I'll see after if I still have any left, but it was. I didn't know that they do these like small batch just recipe, like just try it out, and they'll bring it to these shows.
Huh. I didn't know that. Yeah, because they're based out of Sea Isle down the shore. Mm-hmm. And that's what every weekend I sell at the farmers market in Wildwood down the shore. I've never. Yeah, I thought would have picked up on that. I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
That's
every now and then
interesting.
they made one. It was supposed to be for the shore, like they wanted like a shore, and that
Hot
was
sauce.
Oh, there it is, across the
What's the
Was it
name of
across the
farmers
boards?
Across
market?
the boards, and it was
downtown Wildwood Farmers Market.
Downtown Wildwood Farmers Market.
a collab with the Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic
nice.
City.
It was so good. I think when I had it, they did not have a sponsor yet.
Huh.
Yeah, I think they must have been testing it for this.
Hiccups continue.
They're still going. I'm just gonna be over here in the corner. I'm just gonna like hide off screen.
You're killing me. Oh man.
I don't know how I'm gonna get through judging.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a whole thing you have to figure out.
Oh,
I was so
How's
sad.
that go? If you
I was so sad.
I don't know how that's gonna go.
I don't know how it's going to go either,
lot of
but
Tums.
I'll be judging there too.
Oh, you're gonna be there too?
Yeah, I'll be the other judge.
Oh, you're the other judge.
I think Joe couldn't make it, so I got the
Yeah.
pity bid. But all right, I'm still going.
Kyle called me, and he's like, "Do you want to judge the hot sauce?" I was like, "Are you sure?" Like, I mean, I know I like hot sauce and everything, but like to judge, that's a big. And he's like, "No, you know hot sauce now. Like, you've had enough of them." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fair."
yeah.
And then I was like, right. Is it it's the 28th and 29th, right? Or like 27th, 28th. He's like, no, it's the 17th, 18th. And then I like look at my calendar
it's
again, and I was like, fuck! I was so sad. I was like, I'll get the next one. If you're judging for Saucetoberfest and you still want to,
Yeah, you still want us.
yeah, you still want us, I'm in. But
You
I
gotta
was so
remind him
sad.
to bring the banner.
Yeah.
And like double remind him, and then day of
Well,
text
we're
him.
gonna be
And then
at
remind him
his
again.
house.
Oh,
so
perfect, yeah.
You get the banner.
Hey, can you just give us the banner?
Yeah, we'll take it. He keeps forgetting the banner when we go places.
Yeah, John made a banner of our podcast logo and Kyle's podcast logo thrown together.
Okay.
And for Boston, we were supposed to have it there because we're both podcasting at the same time.
Nothing.
Kyle's like, nope, I left it at home.
Gone forever. But Kyle's like me, so I can't even fault him. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I have these guys, and I'm like, you got the thing? Did I get the thing? Is there anything I'm missing? Is there anything I need?
And
Oh,
you
that's
guys
so
bring
good.
all this equipment too?
It
Depends.
depends.
99% of it.
Yeah, it depends.
At Boston, we had everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what we would be doing.
So it was
I
good
just-
that we had everything.
we needed it. That was like a surprise. But we always try to come prepared. So I guess that's part of the reason they always invite us back, is because if something happens, we always just happen to have enough to
Hell, we pulled a whole PA system out of our nose for the pre-show for Boston last year.
Yeah, we did. So
I'm just gonna go hide in the corner. You guys keep up with the show.
They sneak up on you.
that's so funny. It's just, and it doesn't stop for
It
like a
doesn't-
while, right?
It's a good like 10, 15 minutes of just this.
Oh, you full on have the hiccups.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely do.
And then as soon as you think it's done, it's not because he has to try another one.
Right?
Have you ever? Is it 10 to 15 minutes after you stop eating, or is it like the first one is the 10 to 15 minutes and then it'll trail off?
Usually the first one.
Okay, I was gonna say it's gonna be a terrible time for you if you have to try 90-ish
Oh, I know.
sauces,
Well,
and
and
you'll
that-
be
and
hiccuping the
90-ish.
entire time.
And
Oh my god,
yeah,
Because I think everybody puts in
all of them.
all
yeah.
of them. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of vendors this year.
There's a lot of
Oh,
trophies
man.
too. There's probably
Yeah, 4
yeah,
different.
they're
trophies.
four
I,
different
four
trophies.
trophies.
I want that Liberty Bell.
coming
I
for
like
the
that
Liberty
trophy.
Bell.
Yeah, I like that Liberty Bell, man. That's a nice trophy.
The trophies
They're
are
all
always
nice, yeah. But that Liberty Bell just kind of stuck out to me as a beautiful. I also want the podcast one too.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the number of trophies there because there are a ton.
I think there was one for each session. No,
Yeah, so they have the Liberty Bell, the Golden Skillet.
Best on a hot dog.
What are
right?
these?
on a hot
Yep,
dog.
Philly Fire and Best on a Hot Dog.
What do they represent? Like, what is the Liberty Bell? What are they going for?
I think Liberty Bell is like the best in show.
Okay.
I think Philly Fire is the best on a hot dog.
Okay,
But I haven't been given like the judging parameters or like
Yeah.
any of that kind of stuff.
yeah, I think there are 3.
And the Golden Skillet I think is like Kyle's
Yeah, it's Kyle's
like
award,
Kyle's baby.
Okay.
Kyle's favorite sauce.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's always fun. The trophies always look crazy.
Yeah.
So that's always cool.
Didn't they like put a hot dog in resin?
Yes, they resin. They
Oh,
have.
for
They
the
had
trophy.
Yeah,
I seen it in person at the taco festival this weekend. I forget the name. They had theirs, I guess, from last year. There.
Yeah.
And it was a really
That was-
nice looking
oh,
trophy.
yeah.
that was one of the when we were last year when they showed the hot dog thing. I was like, the only reason I want to make hot sauce is because I want that fucking trophy. I'm going to design a hot sauce only for a hot dog so I can get that trophy, and then I'm out. I'm done.
Just do one that's mustard based.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the best hot sauce for a hot dog just so I can get that trophy, and then I'm retiring because I've done it.
We've done it. I like how at the Boston Hot Sauce Festival, the trophies match up with the area. Like they had the wickedness.
Yeah,
And the Green Monster for
Yeah,
the
the
best
Green
green
Monster.
sauce.
yeah.
And now they have the Liberty Bell, which is just fantastic. That's just
Yeah,
like paying
Absolutely.
homage to the area.
What's more Philly than the Liberty Bell?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's great that they
Greased up telephone poles.
That's true.
That's super Philly, man.
Go Birds.
Wait, I don't know if this is rumor or not. You see, like when Phillies just broke their streak, that there was a big crowd at Frankfurt and Kottman. Just because they broke a 6-game losing streak, that they rallied like they won a playoff. Like
man, if that
I
is
love
not
that.
the most
Oh,
Philly
I
thing,
love
it's great.
Philly.
Yeah,
I love
mid-season, like it just because they broke a losing streak. Everyone, hundreds of people just gathered at Frankfurt and Kottman.
Well, Philly sports adopted that chant, or Philly fans adopted that chant from the soccer team. Like,
No one likes us. We don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one likes us. We don't care. I
a
love
great
that.
chant.
It's fantastic.
That was a great chant.
oh man, it's
That was.
So,
that
are
was-
you all Philly sports? Like everything?
Oh yeah, the Philly captain. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's big. He's a big YouTuber. He just broke 50,000 followers.
Was he the guy that was like, instead of booing this baseball player, let's cheer for him, and then he like turned around his career?
Trey Turner?
I think so.
I think it was Turner.
The standing ovation for Trey Turner.
Yes.
I think they're going to do a special on it. That it's. He was saying that there's like a whole movie production thing involved. But yeah, he blew up, and he grew up on the same street as me in Port Richmond, and we didn't know this. I asked him, I said, I got into 200 and so Acme's. It's in the meat department. We're having a hard time pushing people there to find it because everyone's going to the sauce aisle, which has been a problem. And he's like, I got you. He's like, where'd you grow up? I'm like, Gulf Clearfield in Port Richmond. He said, no way, me too. Like, he wound up growing up across the street from me. It was like the weirdest thing.
Oh, wow.
That's nuts.
And
Yeah.
he's
Small
just
world.
been totally helping me, and just like every week he does these long YouTubes, and he'll just stop and go, and this has been brought to you by Heckler Hot Sauce.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, he created every time the Phillies win, he chugs a bottle of hot sauce. And he
Again,
said,
if that's not the most Philly thing.
Yeah. And he goes, this spicy win was brought to you by Heckler Hot. Like, he completely took me under his wing, has been helping me with these and this one he's like, it's spicy, but it's not asshole spicy. Like, he does all these he's a great marketer, and he's been helping me out a lot. For nothing, he's just been just Philly brotherly
fantastic.
love type of thing.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. That's kind of like Kyle with us, and we always try to help out anybody that we can. That's why when everything that happens with the hot sauce, they're like, "Oh, this broke. Can you guys help?" I'm like, "Yep. Where do you need us?
Yeah.
We're here."
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
I still think one of the big reasons why we're still involved with everyone doing hot sauce is Kyle got salmonella our first year in Boston.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
So he was there only for the first half of the first day. Second day, they had to go home because he had to go to the hospital. And we were still there, and they're like, hey, can you guys do the media stuff, MC, take pictures, do video? And we're like, absolutely, of course.
Yeah, fill in for
here we
where
are.
needed, man.
Yeah.
That's
We were like, we're only here to do guerrilla interviews that were 5 or 6
They didn't
minutes
even
long.
have a table
and-
for us. It was literally, you're carrying your stuff. You have nowhere to put it down. You are here doing your own thing.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, sure.
And they're like, yeah, that's perfect. We'll figure it out. We'll do it. We
Absolutely.
made
That's
our
how we
video,
like
and
it.
that we made our video, and it was a great video. And then the next day, they were like, so Kyle's gone, and so is everybody else that was with him. Help, and we were like, you got it. We're here.
Show us where.
Hey, I mean, that's the attitude to get stuff done, man. Just we'll figure it out.
Fill in where you can, help out where you can, and keep it pushing.
It's apparently worked, but I mean, out of the people we met, and even this, it's always great. It's always great meeting the new people. I'm always excited for the hot sauce shows because I'm like, who's new? Who do I get? I get to taste new stuff.
I can't wait for it, man. It's coming up quick. It's next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend, the 17th and 18th. You can get your tickets, phillysaucefest.com. God, that's just going to be so much fun. There's 22 different sauce makers, I think, that are going to be there.
It's a big one.
Love that.
It's a real
And
big
beer.
one. And
And beer.
Lots of
Neshaminy
beer.
Creek is...
I've heard the beer's really good. Kyle went there the other day, and he was posting about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I am very excited for their beer as well.
Oh, I'm pumped for that.
bring me a 6-pack.
We'll supply the spoons.
That's what I ended up doing Saucetoberfest last year. I was like, we always come, and I got nothing. People walk by us, and I'm just like, hi, we're a podcast. So I went on Amazon, and I bought just a ton of coasters, the wood empty coasters, and I just laser engraved Saucetoberfest 2020.
That's awesome.
2023 Tabletop Trio, our logo. And then I just started handing them out to people. I had 50 of them, and I was just handing them out to people.
That's perfect.
And I was like, it's something. At least we helped.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. When 2024 rolls around, if someone still has it on their desk, and they're like, oh, is there another one? And then I don't know.
I still have a couple in my car. I don't know why they're still in my car and not actually being used, but they are.
You never know.
But I feel like it's a pretty good jumping off point for tonight, unless we want to get into any Olympic talk.
We could.
Let's.
We could.
So the Olympics are happening.
So we're not jumping off.
Yes, this is a little bit longer.
I did tease the Olympics in the beginning of the show. So
Yeah, the Olympics are going on, and start to finish, every aspect has been nuts. There's been controversy, there's been drama. It's just been a really exciting Olympics. A lot of local area athletes, I believe just in Jersey, it's 24, if I'm not mistaken. My former teammate, when I was in college running track and field, ran in her first Olympic Games. She's actually coming out of the Philadelphia area of PA. There's a billboard with her like face on it down there too. Her name's Allie Wilson. She ran the 800 meter. She did very well, but didn't make it into semifinals. So it's still just making it to that level. Being that level of an athlete is
top tier.
yeah.
Hey,
Kudos.
The Olympic, I mean, you're literally the best of the best in the world competing. Like, and even if you miss out by the skin of your teeth, you're still one of the best in the world.
Oh, it's the title that comes with it. No one can ever say you're not an Olympian.
Yeah.
Right, you were in the Olympics.
You're Olympian.
And-
Right there.
and I
Forever.
think-
you have you're Olympian forever.
And I think, too, even just watching more this year because Peacock and how they have Gold Zone, which is the coolest thing ever.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's literally NFL Red Zone for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, and
Which
it's
is just
and
like
it's-
a perfect way to
and
do
it's
it.
the
too.
same guy from Red Zone
Oh, is it?
doing it. So he's like, oh, let's go over here. Women's swimming is doing this, or men's diving, and this and that. Like,
I know we popped when I went over to move the thing. You had it on the TV, and they had like the 6 boxes up, and it was like tennis, golf. I forget the other one. There was like a bike thing, something else, and table tennis. And I was watching table tennis, but the audio was tennis, like real tennis. And I was like, you know what? The audio almost lines up. Like,
watching like professional table tennis players is insanity.
Yeah,
what they're doing out there.
That's crazy.
Oh, you're playing up close, you're playing in the back, you're playing 10 feet away from the table.
yeah,
and,
no, they were, that was crazy to watch. It was just, the spread on the screen was just like, tennis, they're running around, everyone's sweating. Golf, golf.
Golf.
And then like table tennis, they're over there, they're smacking as hard as they can. And then bikes, left corner. And I'm like, why? It's such a split. I'm like, if you need to watch something, there was something for everyone.
I will say though, the silliest event that I've watched so far has to be race walking
I was gonna say the one where you like wiggle.
because they're. It looks like they're holding in a poop.
Yeah.
Like it's like they just got something going on and they have to make it to the bathroom.
They remind me,
and they do it for like 12 miles.
they remind me of the worms from Men in Black.
It is
I see that. I see what you're saying.
it is absolutely insane. Like the intricacies of that sport.
yeah, because you can't run.
you can't run.
I get so angry.
One foot needs to be on the ground.
And they do
At any
shit
given-
while they're running.
Yeah.
I'm not too proud to say I didn't even run the Olympics. I've pooped myself in races.
Oh man.
If it's raining out, you're allowed to pee yourself. It's actually it's what people do.
recommended.
I think I could do a pee. I don't know if I can do a pee.
Right? I don't think I
You'd
could.
be surprised. You'd be surprised.
I don't know
You're
if
running
I-
a 5K. You're 2 miles in, and it's like, if I stop, everyone's gonna be mad.
Yeah, I don't know if I could shit myself in
No.
front
That's
of that
considered
many people.
Yeah, no.
okay, like race etiquette.
Yeah. Well, it also depends on the shorts you're wearing. So
Okay, one of them fall right
So
out.
brown
right?
pants.
You got the split shorts. If you have split shorts, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to poop yourself. You can pee, you can't poop. But if you have compression shorts, load her up. No one will even know. Smush, you'll be fine.
Oh, that's what
worse.
happens.
The cleanup's rough, but
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, no.
Ah.
I can't do it.
a marathon is 26 miles, and like if you're really good, it's 2 hours. You're telling me people aren't pooping and pissing themselves out there?
You can't hold.
You're not holding
Can't
it.
hold it for 2 hours.
You're not holding it. Not running.
I'm taking.
You should try to
I'm
time
taking.
it.
I'm taking
feel-
laxatives so early in the morning to make
feel
sure
like
that's
an
not happening.
unfair weight loss advantage.
Yeah, that's true.
Less weight, more
He's
horsepower.
He just shit himself in the middle of the walk.
Well, depending on the shorts, you're still holding it in there.
Yeah.
Or it's coming right out.
It's
Yeah.
coming right out.
I just.
Yeah, that's other people's problem.
If you're in the front, it's everybody else's
Your leg
problem.
like a dog.
Now I know why they wear the short shorts. They just
Yeah.
let it fall right out with less casualties.
It's like being in a parade with horses right in front of you.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
as someone who used to be in marching band, that was the worst.
Danger zone.
Because there'd always be a group of horses in front of the band, which I don't know why you'd put horses anywhere near a loud band.
Yeah, right.
but we'd just be marching. It's like,
You
oh, watch
scare
out,
the
there's a
shit out of
turd
them.
over there. Literally.
Oh man.
Having to march through a minefield of turds. Never a good thing.
I could do it.
Well, I guess it's a good distraction if you fart. You always have something to blame.
Right.
And
Yeah.
no one's
There's
gonna
the
hear
horse.
it. Boom, boom, boom. No one's gonna hear that coming out.
Oh man, I don't know. I couldn't. I was looking at the walk thing, and I can't do it. I just
It's so
I-
much harder than you think. I've
It's-
tried it.
no. It's
Oh, I can imagine.
my
hurts.
brain just can't do it. Like I don't know if it's just the ADHD
Get real
or whatever.
high and, like,
No,
jostle
I'm
it.
either walking faster than you could do whatever that is, or I'm running. There's
Yeah.
no in between.
Well, how do you do that? What about if you're winning and someone does this up to you? How hard is it not to run?
Right, to just
Oh
jog.
yeah, well, I think that's part of the challenge. Is
You
like
know? You
you,
have to-
gotta just be okay with their passing you. You can't walk faster.
Oh man, that'd be
Wasn't
hard.
that-
So hard not to just.
Wasn't that just what just happened?
Oh, they have
someone
like a
got
still
over.
speed of-
No, someone got overzealous because they thought they were gonna win, and they had the flag and they got all pompous, and then someone just fucking right by him, and they were like,
I think it was European Championships. The woman was from Italy, and she had the flag like in her jersey.
No, I think,
I've seen
I think
the
it was
video.
Brazil. It was yellow and
Brazil?
I think it was yellow and green.
Maybe.
Oh,
don't
I
know.
think that was a different. I think that was one of the
That
endurance
wasn't-
run, like endurance races on the track.
Okay.
Because I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Yeah, I know the
That
video.
girl came out of nowhere.
and it was slow motion too. She's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, and then she just goes, no.
Yeah, it was too
Couldn't
late.
speed
She
up.
was, she was already
couldn't
gone.
speed up.
Yeah.
I just
that's kind of what happened in the 100, the 100-meter dash finals. Noah Lyles of USA, he came in very confident, came in very cocky. I don't like him personally. I don't like his attitude, but he held up to it. You're taught from like the second you start running, lean with your chest because that's what counts. Your head, your foot, your arms can cross the line. It's until your torso crosses.
Ah,
So
I
it
knew
was,
that.
I want to say first through like seventh was within 0.02 of a second.
Oh, is that
And
the
two other guys had their foot over the line before Noah Lyles, but he had his chest over because he leaned, and he won. So you think you want to stretch your stride, you don't. You want to hold your stride and.
was that the thing that they were saying that they put those little speaker things behind everybody?
Oh,
and
that's
that,
the start.
That
yeah.
actually like did change the race this year because the gun usually has like a 0.004 second
Yeah.
millisecond, and the race was that
Was
close.
that close, yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Imagine your foot is completely over the finish line and you get third because it's your chest. Like that's awful.
That is awful.
But
Not
we had
me.
A lot of upsets. A lot of upsets in the Olympics.
I would be running for like they would have celebrated, they would have walked off the field, the news would have left, and then I would have been like, maybe just get to the finish line. I really Olympics.
I'm
hear
here for
me
the
out.
medal.
Just get a group of average Joes to run the events so that we can get a baseline of what we would do.
and they're all named Joe.
And they're all I'll do one of them.
But here's what they do. They sign up a whole bunch of people. It's like, all right, cool. You're going to be the average Joe. They don't tell you what event you're running because you'd be practicing.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So you could go in equestrian. I don't know how to ride a horse. But we're going to throw you in a horse just to see what happens.
Yeah, I just want
I've
to
never touched a horse.
I want it on all the events.
Your other option, have Snoop Dogg do the events. He's there. Everyone's loving him.
He made
have him
it,
just
yeah.
do the
I don't.
events.
He doesn't have the lungs for that.
Did you
Come
see-
on.
Did you see he went to the equestrian event with Martha Stewart?
he
Oh, dressed as the question.
Yeah, he was.
And made
he
it look
did-
good.
He did it with her because he's afraid of horses.
Oh my
Is that
God.
why?
That's why she was with him.
I love that.
Because
He's
he's
a legend.
afraid of horses.
It was also a birthday gift to her too.
No, the birthday gift was
was
the
outfit?
macaroon cake with Cookie Monster, the fucking fluent Cookie Monster.
Oh man.
I love that. Like you have Snoop Dogg out there carrying the torch. Like why is he our mascot? Who chose him?
I
But
love how they
it.
were like, just
Yeah.
the only thing you're allowed not to do is just don't
Don't
do that.
Don't make it look any more
And then,
like a blunt.
and then I was like,
than
but
it
why
already
did you
does.
make it shape
Yeah, it
so
looked like
blunt
one.
like?
And
You
not
had
only
one
that,
job.
I guarantee you he lit at least one blunt with the Olympic torch.
Oh, absolutely.
At least. Like, come on.
Minimum.
Man,
I think
I didn't even think about that.
The funniest thing that happened is I was watching one of the events, or I think when they were flagging everybody in and all the boats were there, they were with one of the families, and there was like a little baby that was just side-eyeing the shit out of Snoop. And like they're talking to the family, and then Snoop just stops the entire conversation. He goes, I just want to shout out that little baby that's been side-eyeing me the whole time. And I lost my shit.
Imagine being that baby. That kid's gonna grow up. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, Snoop Dogg yelled at me once.
No, he shouted him out. He didn't even sell. He was like,
didn't
yeah,
sound angry?
I want to shout him out. Like, props to him. I was like,
Props to that baby.
that's the most Snoop Dogg thing that could have possibly. Just let's derail the entire conversation to shout out that baby side-eyeing me.
There was the woman fencer in one of the events. I think she took bronze or silver. Maybe she took gold. But then she announced she was 7 months pregnant.
Oh,
You
jeez.
don't say that.
Nuh-uh.
That's
You're in fencing, and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take
literally
this
getting
medal.
poked.
Yeah, I'm 7 months pregnant. What?
Wow, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. 2 coaches died in the Olympic Village.
How,
What?
Why?
Yeah. Natural causes, man.
Oh,
It's
just-
yeah, they just died.
It's got to be the cardboard beds.
Wild.
It's just got to be the cardboard beds.
I love seeing the social media posts of
Oh.
athletes testing the beds.
They're jumping all
They're
over
wrestling,
those things.
they're
Yeah.
jumping, they're throwing people.
I
They're
like
like,
how-
yeah, they work.
You know how many condoms they allocated?
30,000.
30,000 condoms.
30,000
No.
I-
10,000 people, right?
I saw the
There's-
breakdown because it's 10,000 people, but 5,000 of them are male.
Yeah.
It's something like
and this year it's half and half.
it's
Yeah, it's
something
50-50.
like 6 condoms a day
Per person.
per person.
Yeah.
And like
Wow.
some of the Olympic athletes are minors. They're not using them.
Yeah.
So,
it's
there's
more.
athletes out there making up for the
It's
rest.
higher. It's just
Well, think about how much stress.
Yeah.
They're all athletic.
And all the-
they're all attractive.
and
like,
all the adrenaline and
And
everything
you're
else.
allowed to have your significant
Exotic
other there.
people from around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard because they were like, well,
It's
we're
like
gonna.
Epcot. You drink around the
Yeah.
world. You know?
They were like, oh, we'll do these cardboard beds so that they can't, do any of that. And I'm like, these are the most flexible fucking people in the entire world. Do you think they care that the beds are there?
They'll figure
Yeah.
something out.
They are the most flexible athletic people. The bed,
They're gonna show you some real athleticism.
it's the worst. Like, come on.
Make it. Here's how you stop it. You make it so easy that it's weird. It's like I
What
feel
do you mean?
uncomfortable.
How so easy? They gave
Just
them.
give them all heart-shaped beds.
They gave
super
them
accessible.
30,000
Super
condoms.
accessible.
There are dump trucks
The
full of
expectations
condoms.
there.
Like put them roommates, boy and girl. You know?
Just put them together.
Yeah, put them together. And be like, all right, now this is weird. I don't know.
Single
There's no risk
relationship.
to it.
No, that'd be the year that they run through all the condoms and need more. They'd be like,
Shipping
okay,
more.
we thought it would work. It was worse. It was way worse.
Trojan help.
Start selling sponsorship to them.
Oh yeah.
Well, the guy from the
Oh, France.
the pole vaulter,
oh yeah.
whose dick made
I've
him
seen
not.
that, yeah.
The owner of Cam Soda offered him $250,000 to do a 1-hour show.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
my God.
Pornhub also
Dude,
offered him
his
a
meat
contract.
was sitting right
No
across
way.
the pole and
Oh,
knocked
yeah.
it off.
I've seen that. Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
supposed to, he was on this track to get a medal, but like in pole vault.
Good for him. He did better than a medal.
Everyone knows.
His
Yeah.
OnlyFans
It's
is
all
about
over.
to pop off.
Right? Like,
In slow motion.
you got
Yeah.
a medal. Or
You know what's
Yeah.
weird? I saw an article
made it out.
about Olympic athletes with OnlyFans.
oh yeah, there's like a few of them.
There's a lot of them because some sports, like, yeah, you watch them in the Olympics and you think, oh, they make good money. No. If you win a gold for America and you have to win a gold, it's $37,000.
Once.
That's, yeah, you get
Just
37
one?
grand if you win a gold for America. Other countries pay more,
Pre-tax.
but like, that's not a real living.
not, yeah,
you
that's
know?
not.
No.
That's nothing. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
some of these
37 grand
sports,
to
like,
last you for 4 years.
like, not for nothing, some of these sports, like, no one watches shooting outside of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's that Turkish guy who's definitely not an assassin.
Totally not an assassin.
That was wild.
Well, So the pole vault champion, his name's Mondo. He was born in Louisiana. His family lived in Louisiana. Both his parents went to LSU. He grew up with a pole vault pit literally in his backyard because his dad was a pole vaulter. He pole vaults for Sweden, and he's the best to ever do it.
Is he the guy that's going up 1 centimeter at a time?
No. So
That's a different guy.
in pole vault and high jump, because you get 3 chances at every height, and once you clear, you can move on to the next one. After everyone is done, if you're in the lead, you can put up the height wherever you want it and just like challenge yourself. So he put it up to his world record height and like put it over, and he cleared it. So he broke the world record, his own world record, won an Olympic gold, and then hit the shooting pose, hand in the pocket and everything. I was like, that's awesome. Good for that guy. But like, imagine being so good that you're like, oh, all right, everyone else is done. Put it at world record height. Yeah, we're gonna clear that right now.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, just on side quest, casual
Yeah,
side
yeah.
quest.
Like I'm gonna make a statement here.
Right? I never.
It is a statement.
Right?
What's the line from Deadpool? I'm gonna make a name for myself today.
But I feel like that's a pretty good jumping off point for us tonight. First, Dan, thank you so much for joining and hanging out with us tonight. Where can people find your sauce? You know, you said Acme. Give us your website, social medias, all that kind of stuff.
Heckler Hot Sauce, everything. That's Instagram, TikTok. It's just at Heckler Hot Sauce. HecklerHotSauce.com on Amazon and in all the Acmes and Safeway markets in the Mid-Atlantic region, but it's in the meat department, on like the little side shelves in the meat department. And the downtown Wildwood Farmers Market every weekend in Wildwood. And, of course, the Philly Hot Sauce Festival.
That is awesome. Thank you again so much for joining
Yeah,
us.
thank you guys so much. I mean, it's really been a good time, and it's been great to get to know you guys. We had a really good time tonight.
Awesome. I'm so glad there's an Acme nearby.
I went to that Acme. I was driving. That's where I originally went. I got lost on the way.
Had to make sure my stuff was in the store.
It was in there. It is loaded up in there. I actually fell. I don't know what's going on over there. There was like a leak in the roof, and I slipped.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I took a complete header right in front of my own sauce. Yeah.
Gotta go
that'd
pull
been
the
a great
security
video.
footage, throw it on
Yeah, I know.
Instagram.
But yeah. Thank you guys so much. I had a great time. And
Awesome
my
having
first
you.
podcast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a way to pop a chair.
We're so sorry.
Apologies.
But as always, you can check us out on our website, tabletoptrio.com, all the social medias, all that fun stuff. If you are a live viewer on both Twitch and YouTube, you can check out the podcast wherever you find podcasts Thursday mornings. Or if you're a podcast listener, you can watch us Wednesday nights live, 8 o'clock Eastern-ish, here on Twitch, YouTube, and tabletoptrio.com. So, for one final time, I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Graham.
This has been the Tabletop Trio Podcast. Have a great night.